So cofunctions are pairs of trigonometric functions that have equal values and are applied to complementary angles. That is, two angles which add up to 90 degrees are called complementary angles. So we have four set of rules. The first set of rules being these. So you should keep in mind that all these rules are derived and you should understand these conceptually. So to understand the first set of rules, we'll use this triangle. Let's just call this angle here as theta, and with respect to theta, this is the perpendicular and this is the base. Now, since this is 90, this is theta, and the sum of angles in a triangle is 180, this angle should be 90 minus theta. Let's call this x. Now, theta in this case is this, and 90 minus theta is x. So, first of all, for equations of sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta, they would look something like this. That is, sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. This here is the hypotenuse, and thus this equation was formed. Similarly, the equations for cos and tan theta were formed. Then, what if we were to form equations for 90 minus theta and these trigonometric functions? In such a case, we'll use this triangle. So, sine 90 minus theta, and sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So we have base, that is the opposite in this case, and base with respect to this, but we represent this by b over h. Then we have cos 90 minus theta. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, and the adjacent with respect to 90 minus theta is p. So we have p over h. Then we have tan of 90 minus theta. Tan is opposite over adjacent, so we have b over p. Now, these two are equal, thus we have this rule. Then these two are also equal, thus we have this rule. And finally, these two are inverse of each other, and thus we have this rule. Here we wrapped up the first set of rules, then we had three more set of rules. To understand those three rules, I like you all to recap this table and the graphs first. That is, in the first quadrant, all angles are positive and the angle is theta. In the second quadrant, only sine is positive and the angle is given by 180 minus theta. In the third quadrant, tan is positive and the angle is given by 180 plus theta. In the fourth quadrant, only cos is positive and the angle is given by 360 minus theta. All these have been represented on this graph. This is the first quadrant, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, and thus we have A, S, T, C. That is, all angles are positive in the first quadrant, sine is positive in the second, tan in the third, and cos in the fourth. So once we have recapped these set of rules, we can move on to the last three set of rules here. So Sin 180 sine of 180 minus theta would shift the angle to the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant sine is positive. Thus we have a positive sine theta. Then 180 minus theta would again shift the angle to the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant cos is negative because only sine is positive. Similarly, 180 minus theta is again the angle for the second quadrant, thus it's minus tan theta because tan is negative in the second quadrant. So the second set of rules are overall for the second quadrant because of 180 minus theta. Then similarly we have the third set of rules that are for the third quadrant because we have 180 plus theta. So in the third quadrant only tan is positive. Thus sine and cos theta are negative. Then in the fourth quadrant, these set of rules are for the fourth quadrant where only cos is positive is positive. Thus sine theta and tan theta are negative. So to wrap things up, the first set of rules have been derived using this triangle. And these are for the first quadrant, by the way. Then we have the last three set of rules, which are for the second, third, and fourth quadrant, and thus the signs vary accordingly.